Hey guys. So it's been a while since I've done some work related stuff, and I'm sure like, hey John, how's work been? Well, there's a reason why I haven't wanted to show anything down there lately. Um, and this was one reason, not because of the carpet, um, but because of this. It was just so much cardboard. Um, it was so piled up, and we have this carpet. Look how long that thing is. From there, and they're not supposed to cut it like that. I was talking to Kevin because he was down there and he was bringing it all down. This was a couple weeks ago, and he was bringing all this down, and this is all he was bringing down was just really big pieces, and it's not supposed to be like that. So with the way with the machine is, if it sometimes gets snagged, and it'll start pulling the fabric up, and it has like this white line going down it, and when the people see it, they're supposed to stop and cut the fabric, cut the carpet, so that way it's all nice and fresh. But according to Kevin, they're on their goddamn phones all the time, and this is what happened. It just tears, and so there's a white line going down this entire thing. You can see how long it is. I didn't even stretch it out all the way. I didn't even stretch it. You can see how like where it's bent and twisted. So I didn't even stretch it out. You can see there's a big bend right there. So I didn't even stretch out the thing the whole way, the entire way. But they're not supposed to do this. This is like what, 60 feet? They're not supposed to do this. Um, and it's because they're not paying attention. So, but the area looked completely nasty. But this is what it looks like now. I know, right? I know, right? So the boxes, apparently, from what I've been told, there's two companies doing this. So they're taking the boxes now. The toppers, they're taking. I told them we need dividers because we need stuff to put on the bottom and the top. So there was a thing of boxes of dividers, and I put them over there today. This is all that was left. This whole area was filled with boxes that were like this, wrapped and all that. So basically, they're gonna wrap them up and put them on the truck. And my boss was like, "Oh yeah, they're taking the universal boxes now." I'm like, "Yeah, until they don't want to again." Because that's what it mostly consisted of, was universal boxes, the really big ones. They're really big, they're really heavy, they're hard to fold, and just ever since they started sending them down, it's like, oh, we're gonna take them. Oh, now we don't want to take them anymore. Oh, now we're gonna take them. And now we don't want to take them anymore. And now here we are with them taking them again. And I'm like, yeah, until they don't want to. She's like, oh no, we've got like two companies taking them, taking boxes now. So she said there might be once in a while, like today, like this week I had, like today I did maybe two bales. Um, but there was two really big boxes like these. Actually, no, they were smaller than that. Maybe like these sized boxes of like mishmash cardboard. So there was two piles. There was a really small stack of like these, and then there was a stack of the toppers that was like big. And I'm like, well, if they were gonna wrap them up, they would have put them over there. So I'm just gonna do them. So I did those, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to get these two done because they were right here and they were filled with mishmash cardboard. And I was gonna wait till Monday, but I'm like, you know what? I'll just put them in. And then I got one in. I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna take as long as I thought because it was almost time for me to go. I'm like, okay, I'll just put the rest in. And then over there, right there, there was a small, really small stack of toppers, which are these ones right here. And I'm like, I don't know if they're keeping them. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just gonna throw them in. I'm gonna throw them in because so I got all that cardboard done. I went in. This had a whole just it was overflowing with the really long pieces of carpet, um, plastic all up in here. I did what, maybe 10, 12 bags of plastic, and then there was two, four, six, eight, 10 boxes of plastic over here. Um, but so, and then this would have all been done, but these are the ones I couldn't put in. So normally I can fit like 15 to 20 bags in there, but I only got 10 in and I crushed it down. I'm like, I have enough time. Let me just crush it down. And, I let it sit there for like 5 minutes. Like for like 5 minutes, I just let it sit there. And I let the thing back up. And as soon as the thing came up, the bag started rising up. I'm like, this is only like the 10th bag. This is only like the 10th bag. I'm not able to get any more in already, so I ended up having to just take out the rest. Which whatever. I'll just have to do the rest on Monday, but uh then you see all this. So there was a bag, and they do this crap all the time. So there was a big bag of lint, and one of the sides, the side that was over here on this side. So I came over here, picked it up, and I like grabbed it and was dragging it out. Little did I know that the one side was completely open. So I turn around and there's lint all the way around here. There's a huge amount. You can see it right there. I picked up what I could and just put in the box. But these people are supposed to tie the shit up when it's up there, and then when it comes down, I can just. But no, nope. Instead, I pick it up and drag it. Opens up the plastic in the big bags. Same thing. I pull it out and the freaking thing's opened. I'm like, guys, I stand it up and I'm like, oh wow, wow, real hard there, guys. So, but the thing's not crushing the way it should. And then lately, I've been pulling the grate down, trying to start it, and then it doesn't start. And then I'm like, I push it, the button in, pull it back out to have it, on again. Press down, still doesn't. I have to pull the grate up, and I try to like, really pull it down, press it, and then it finally goes on. So the other one, the other baler, I asked my boss, I was like, and what's up with that one? He was like, no, it's pretty much down for good. I'm like, was when I was over there, they just said that they needed to put a new plate on the ground for the door and everything. She's like, yeah, but there was so much wrong with it. It wasn't crushing the way it should. There was so much stuff on that was broken or not working properly. So now they're just basically cutting tubes, putting them in boxes, and stacking those boxes on the truck, and then taking them that way. But if no one fixes this bale, if no one fixes this baler, the same thing's gonna happen. I'm gonna go in there to find that it's not turning on or whatever, and it's like, oh, sorry, John, but we're gonna have to temporarily lay you off until we get it working again. And then like 3 years goes by, and it's like, oh, we just didn't have the money necessary to fix it because it took 3 years just to fix this part. This part was broken. The cylinder, it was broken. It took 3 years for them to fix. So if they had to like replace the whole thing, I'm basically out of a job. If the other baler isn't working and this stops working, I'm out of a job. I'm out of a job until they fix the damn thing. So, um, yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot. And hopefully by Monday, this is all gone. There was still stuff in the, like, room in the truck, at least for these. But actually, I think they could have probably fit all of it in. Well, no, there was like a Tetris piece looking type of shape going on. So they would have been able maybe to put one of these on, but not both. But either way, once this is all cleared out, I mean, the area already looks really good now. I mean, it took months. And that was with me and Kevin down there. I mean, Kevin wasn't always down there, so it was pretty much me. Most of the time I was doing like even 8 bales, like 4.5 hours. I was getting 8 bales done. While Kevin goes in, he works down there for 8 or 9 hours, and he just does about the same 8 or 9 bales. So I was getting just as much done in half the time. But then I'm the one who gets blamed for it. Like, oh, you're not doing enough. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? How many people do you know who can do almost 10 freaking big bales in 4.5 hours? Kevin, it takes him about 3 days to do 20 bales. I've done 20 bales in 7 hours, and they were big bales. It was like, I'm sorry. How many people do you know who can do that? So, um, at least now they can probably go down there and paint. We had the two new CEOs coming. They came along and the people painted, and they were probably going to paint down here, but everything was so filled. Um, at least this was just painted like last year, but having these repainted, but no, the beans. Yeah, it's just it took so long to get from this. um I mean, just look out the vast difference. And you can see all the crap over there, you can see all the crap over there, right there. You go from that to this. Here's some more, as this was, I don't know when this was, but this is pretty much around the same time. You can see there's like all over there. It's just, it was insane. There's that, and then there's all this freaking lint. So we go from all of that, Maryland, to nice and clean. Again, because Kevin wasn't always down there. And when we were talking, it's like, yeah, it's like, I'm down here as much as I can be, but I'm like, yeah, I know you have stuff up there to do. It's like, I don't know why no one's hired any help. 3 years it's been going on. Like my boss, them, no one's thought of saying, oh, hey, we might need more than one person down there. But hopefully now that they're taking the cardboard, um, hopefully it stays cleaner. I mean, because I had to look for things to do today, really. I was like, the two boxes that were there, I was like, I'll just wait till Monday. But I'm like, no, I still have like an hour and a half to waste, so I might as well just do them and see how far I can get. And then once I saw that I had to crush it down like 2, 3 times, I'm like, okay, I could probably make a bale out of this, like a really small one. And that's when I decided to put the little stack of toppers in that I found. Um, so just, so I did like 5 bales today, even though there was really not that much. So even when I had nothing down there, I was still doing 5 bales. So, but there's so much more now because we're open Saturdays and sometimes Sundays. So I did everything. That's why I did this, to show, like, in case Monday they're like, oh, it looks terrible. Well, they didn't look terrible when I left, because they're going to continue to bring stuff down today. And then tomorrow they're going to be bringing stuff down. Sunday they're closed. So, so this is why I do this, like insurance. So that way, if my boss or anyone says something, I can pull out my phone and be like, nope, this is what it looked like when I left. There was nothing there apart from these. So I don't want to hear it. I did my job. The area was completely clean. I did what I was supposed to. Maybe even if I was here 5 days a week, it's not going to matter, because we're working, we're open almost 7 days a week now. So we're getting just as much. So but hopefully, anyway. Yeah, I just figured you guys were curious about my work area now, because it's been months since I've really shown anything with it. And it's like, oh, gee, I wonder if John's still working at that place. I know he says he works, but We never actually see proof. He could just be some fat lazy ass who just sits around his house and does nothing and lives in his mommy's basement or whatever bullcrap people think. No, still working here and taking care of June, and so. But yeah, it looks good until Monday, and I feel like, wow, it looks like I didn't do anything. But anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.